Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there? Or struggled to remember names, numbers, or where you left your keys? According to How to Improve Memory, memory is not something you're simply born with. It's more like a muscle. If you train it properly, it gets stronger. If you ignore it, it becomes weak and unreliable. The book explains that most people believe they have a bad memory, when in reality they usually have poor attention. We don't remember things because we never fully noticed them in the first place. Think of your brain like a camera. If the lens is blurry when the picture is taken, the image will never be clear later. Memory begins with focus. Section 1. Attention is the gateway to memory. One of the biggest lessons in the book is simple: pay attention on purpose. When meeting someone new, most people hear the name once and instantly lose it because their mind is distracted. Instead, Ferguson suggests slowing down and actively engaging with the information. For example, if someone says, "Hi, I'm Sarah," repeat it mentally or out loud, "Nice to meet you, Sarah." That tiny action tells your brain this matters. The author explains that memory improves when information becomes meaningful. The brain loves connection. Random facts disappear quickly, but connected ideas stick. It's like hanging a coat on a hook. If there's no hook, the coat falls to the floor. Your brain needs mental hooks. Section 2. Visualization, turning ideas into pictures. One of the most powerful tools in the book is visualization. The brain remembers images far better than plain words. That's why you may forget a grocery list but still remember a strange dream from years ago. Ferguson encourages turning information into vivid mental pictures. Imagine you need to remember milk, bananas, and bread. Instead of repeating the list mechanically, picture a giant banana slipping on spilled milk while carrying a loaf of bread. Ridiculous? Yes. Memorable? Absolutely. The stranger and more emotional the image, the easier it becomes to remember. This technique works for names, speeches, studying, and everyday tasks. The brain enjoys creativity. When learning becomes visual and playful, memory becomes easier. Section 3. Association and linking. Another key strategy is association. The mind remembers new information better when it connects to something familiar. For instance, if you meet someone named Rose, imagine them holding a giant red rose. If someone is named Baker, picture them wearing a chef's hat and pulling bread from an oven. These mental links act like bridges between the unknown and the familiar. The book also describes the linking method, where you connect items together in a story. Suppose you need to remember dog, bicycle, apple, and guitar. You might imagine a dog riding a bicycle while juggling apples and playing a guitar. The story makes the information stick because the brain naturally remembers narratives better than isolated facts. Section 4. Lifestyle habits that strengthen memory. The book also reminds us that memory is deeply connected to daily habits. Sleep, nutrition, exercise, and stress management all affect mental performance. Ferguson explains that a tired brain is like a phone with 5% battery. It may still work, but not very well. Sleep helps the brain organize and store memories. Exercise improves blood flow to the brain, and reducing stress helps concentration return. The message here is important. Memory isn't only about tricks and techniques, it's also about caring for the brain itself. Section 5. Practice makes permanent. One of the most encouraging ideas in the book is that improvement comes through repetition. Memory champions are not necessarily geniuses. Most have simply trained their minds consistently. The author suggests practicing small exercises daily, memorizing short lists, recalling conversations, learning new words, repeating important information aloud, testing yourself instead of rereading notes endlessly. Memory grows through use. Just like going to the gym strengthens the body, mental training strengthens recall and focus over time. Train your mind like an athlete. At its core, How to Improve Memory teaches that memory is not magic, it's a skill. By paying closer attention, creating vivid mental images, linking ideas together, and building healthy daily habits, anyone can improve their ability to remember. The book's message is empowering. You do not need a perfect brain to have a powerful memory. You simply need better methods and regular practice. And once you begin training your memory intentionally, you may discover that your mind is capable of far more than you ever imagined.